everyone, Thomas here back for another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Trackmaster push-along range. And instead of making the same mistake I did with wood, where I have to make every video or engine separate, and I still have more than a dozen waiting to be uploaded, I just keep forgetting to upload them. I'm going to do a quick case study of all of these really quick that I got today at 2 Targets. So I was very lucky to find the 2 full packs and a bunch of these. So we'll take a quick look at them, compare them to Adventures, compare them to Trackmaster, and yes, that would be quick.
I didn't literally get every engine I saw at, or variation of the engine I saw at Target today, so those were all the characters the stores near me had. So let's start with good old Thomas. This is the new packaging, very much like a Trackmaster box. Engine says push along. It's Thomas. Now, off the bat, I don't think this range looks good compared to, well, I can't say Adventures, but I mean like Take Along and stuff. It's not a step in the right direction, it's a step sideways. Because all they did was change the couplings. But I digress. So that's the side of the box, or the back at least. Up on the bottom. So we're just gonna cast it open the box. As if you just kind of squeeze the box, you could actually save the box. So good on packaging. So here's Thomas. Feels like Adventures metal, which is like the very off-brand metal. There's something stuck in his wheels already out of the box. Don't know if you can see that. That's the bottom. It's very wide chassis, and a low chassis. Looks very awkward, especially compared to Adventures. Which, pulling over for a size comparison, I don't know. They made the yellow more very yellow on this and gold on the Adventures. His wheels also. That's what I think makes it look too off-putting. His wheels are meant to go on the Trackmaster track, but they're way too big compared to Adventures. So that's why it looks jarring. Yes, there's the front of him. They mutilated his buffers because of the Trackmaster hook. The face is the exact same face, same size, same squished cab, same roof details, although the pinstriping on the boiler is not right. They made a bigger gap to make a painting easier. Well, I don't know, there's more flush on Adventures. Still a squished cab, so, which I strongly dislike. The back, so pretty much the same. One thing I hate is you can couple engines front to back or front to front if you like. This is the Trackmaster style coupling, which means you're forced to one way. Weight comparison, this Thomas, not very heavy, especially compared to the old Take-Alongs, but compared to this, it's very light. Also, that's how wide it is. You can really see how much wider it is. Like, this Thomas literally rides inside the wheels. But, not a bad model. You can still technically connect them up, because you could connect Trackmaster. So, technically it's still cross-compatible with the Adventures. Just a shame that kind of they did this, but whatever. Thomas looks okay. If they just gave him a slightly taller dome, like the size of the funnel taller, and the same with the cab, it would be a good model. I would go as far as to say it's good. But until they stop squishing the cabs, I just get them for collecting sake, because I like collecting Thomas stuff, even if it doesn't look too good. Compared to an actual Trackmaster, they got the width down pat, like the buffers kind of match almost. But definitely it's more in scale with Adventures. So see, he has squished cab. It's like, this doesn't look good compared to the Tomy engines, but whatever. I'm not gonna bash all the ranges. I'm just saying, if we can get a fairly decent Lexi in Adventures, we can get a decent Thomas. Okay, moving on. We don't have all day for this review, and if it takes forever, no one's gonna watch it. What's next? We got Percy. Front of the box for Percy. Back of the box for Percy. Pull them out. Also, I'm not gonna bring in the Trackmaster engines for all of them, and the box is fine. I'll just bring in the Adventures for some of them. So here's Percy. Again, it's like Thomas. He seems very bulky. He has the not round boiler, just kind of like arch boiler that we see on the merch all the time now, and I hate it because they're too lazy to bend it inwards at the bottom again. Squished cab, but not as squished as Thomas's because of the fact that Percy's a saddle tank engine. Again, very big and bulky. And one thing I really hate now is they moved his wheels further out. So let's get the Adventure. His wheels are in the middle of the chassis like they should be. Like, there's the wheel, there's the piston. So the side rods would work if you made them. His wheel is now directly under the piston. AKA it wouldn't work. If Percy's supposed to be a main character, how come his merch keeps getting worse and worse? And I still don't even think Adventures Percy looks too good. Again, he's smaller. Looking above, you can really see how much wider he is and bulky. The backs. Chassis. Yeah, it's not terrible to just keep making downgrades. Alright, who else we got? Let's take a look. Here's James. Okay, so quickly take a look at James. This is the front. If parents saw this and they saw the Trackmaster normal engines, there's almost no difference between the box now, apart from the word push along, so womp womp. That's the back. Oh, the packaging is already coming off. Nice. Perfect packaging again. Move that over to the side. Here's James. He's a very long boy. But once Thomas and Percy are actually different, I mean, James and Percy are actually different lengths, because I know for a fact that, quickly pulling in Adventures, they did not do that. They squished them to be the same exact length, so hey, there's a prop for it. Pushing him away, though. They gave him a separately applied whistle, which wasn't on the Adventures. I'll just pull them at the same time. The tender is longer, but sits much higher up. The backs are still unpainted, kind of blobs. One detail they took away, like, why make James longer and the long accurate, and give him a separately painted whistle, but they take away the pilot truck wheel that's on the Adventures model. It's kind of weird because they force his wheel arches to fit, but they take away the pilot wheel. That's a detail I really am. Why make him better and then make him worse at the same time? Pick one. His tender is nicely not squished now, though, I guess. Same face as before. James actually looks pretty good. One downgrade, his tender is entirely just plastic. There's no weight to this at all. Just plastic. At least this was metal on the body. This is plastic. Just plastic. This body is still metal, but it's the weird, not die-cast metal. Also his pinstriping, at least on his boiler, is separately, like 3D molded. Why? This would be the best model if they didn't take away the pilot truck. Whatever. Moving on. Okay. What do we got next? Oops, there goes the Adventures Toby. Okay. Next up, we got a character I love. We got Merlin. It's front of the box. Back of the box. Okie dokie. Opening him up real quick. Oh, well, that didn't go so good. His plastic broke. Not him himself. Plastic on the packaging. If that kid stabbed himself with that, that would hurt. Ah, it actually hurt me. Ooh. I just pricked my finger. Oh well. Okay. There's Merlin out of the box. He looks fine, I guess. He's long again. I like the long bodies. Good face, as before. 3 funnels, vivid detailing. Completely plastic tender, just like James. Pulling in the Adventures model, we could see how much longer he is. Yep, he was a good Adventures model. The Adventures model is actually one of the heaviest Adventures models. Merlin's pretty light here and push along. Still decent detailing. They took away the pilot truck again on the push along model. So not much I could say about him other than that. They did give him a little lamp on the back. Unless that's just a plastic defect, which I think it actually is now that I look at it closely. They took away the buffers off the back of the push-along model. And they put the buffers on the inside of the tender where no kid can look. Wow, good job, Mattel! No! Why? Why do they suck? Here's the Trackmaster model of Merlin. He's dusty because of the time I filmed with him for that winter tunnel thingy, and I got tons of stock footage, so yeah, he's a little dusty now. But again, even though he's longer in Adventure, compared to Adventures and stuff, you really start to see how short he is compared to Trackmaster when you look at it like that. So, that's that, I suppose. Let's pull Merlin out of there really quick. So, yeah, Merlin's not terrible. I guess he's the same length as... No, he's slightly longer than James. Still, it would be a lot better if they just kept the pilot truck. I mean, it's a small detail, but it's a detail they shouldn't have taken away. Adventures Diesel almost hit my head. Falling off my shelf. Nice. Good job. Now we're going to look at the Big Banana. Fan favorite Rebecca, a character I'm not too fond of because Rip Henry. But here's Rebecca, the one everyone wanted. I like her design. I just don't like the taking away economy. But I digress. Whatever. I like her more than Nia. Does that count? Entirely plastic tender. The tender sits at a very good height compared to her body. No pilot truck. Can't compare her to Can't compare her to Adventures because she never was in Adventures. Rivet detailing, die cast, body, plastic, tender. She looks decent. The face sculpt is really good, which my camera won't focus on. But it's really good face sculpt. Decent. A bit of cab, maybe? I don't know. Why is that hump there? Buffers on the wrong end of the tender again. I wonder if James has that, actually. Yep, James has it too, where the buffers are not on the back, but are there on the inside. Rebecca has that problem too. What the heck is with that? She looks nice. Here's her Trackmaster model. So I have to give her props for much more detail than her Trackmaster model. Like, they painted the headlamp and gave her more buffers, I guess. And there's a lot more rivets painted over here than over here. And same with the tender, with the very color detailed tender with the blue feed pipes. Isn't printed on her Trackmaster model. I do like her Trackmaster model though. Does she have yellow wheels on the tender? Is that a thing though? I'm not sure. So that's that. So that's Rebecca. Everyone likes Rebecca, mostly in the fandom. Not really me, but yeah, she's still cool and hip. Ooh, that's spoiler for what's next. Here's Harold the helicopter, which is not really a character that you should get, but freaking whatever. So, it's not gonna lie, it's literally physically no strings pulled or attached, exactly the same as freaking Adventures Harold. When people say what character looks the most like good, I have to kind of say Harold, because this is pretty much the exact same toy that Earl released back in the freaking 80s. The only difference they changed throughout the years is they made his propellers extremely short, because Ertl's propellers went from like here all the way back to here. But besides that, it's pretty much the same model of Harold. The faces are still not CGI. I will never get over that. It's funny. Okay, so Harold looks fine, I guess. Off you go, Harold. The box is fine again. Gonna pop out, here's Kevin. I didn't get Adventures Kevin back when he came out. And again, I wasn't really going to get Kevin today, and I was just like, well, again, every other character might as well get Kevin too. So here comes Kevin. I don't know why he has couplings, he's not a railway engine. But never gave Bertie or anyone couplers. Whatever, he's somewhat well detailed, he's got really awkward wheels though. Does he? I don't think he has yellow wheels, does he? He's not like that. Really awkward plastic hook. Kevin doesn't really appear anymore. Like, what the heck? Why Kevin? Where's my Toby? I want Toby. I never made Toby, I don't think. Well, at least if they do, they haven't come out yet. Again, I know there's more engines in the range. Like, it said on the back of this, Flynn, who I didn't see. So, not much I could say about Kevin. I mean, he's Kevin. Pulling back for the Travel with Thomas's Friends pack. We've got that with the world theme kind of on it. There's the back. Oh god. All aboard for the ultimate journey. Take this globe-trotting team on a worldwide adventure as they travel to Australia, India, Kenya, and China. So, I'm going to explain real quick. So we got Hong Mei for China, which is fine, whatever. I mean, they're not going to put Yang Bao in the pack. Oshima for India. Okay, cool. I get it. You are telling me they put Percy Percy for Australia. What the frick does Percy have to do with Australia? And they put the frickin' Victor for Kenya. Victor. Why is it not Nia? Nia is the Kenyan engine that they're trying to promote. Why would you put Victor as the Kenyan engine? It literally hurts to think about that freaking marketing decision. And again, Percy from Australia, what the... Couldn't they make like a Tamiya or something? Freaking... Whatever, I get it. Come on, out of the box. Box is hip and happening still. Okay, put the box to the side. Here's freaking Kenyan Victor. That leopard pattern on the front looks terrible. Victor's an air gauge engine, so bulking him up even more than he already was in Adventures looks weird. I don't even have him in Adventures. He's got weird printing. I hate when they do this. Don't make this minis. I don't like minis. Don't do that. No. Couldn't they just say Cuba or something? God, what the heck? That looks like... Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Compared to all the others, freaking Victor looks the worst. At least these look like trains. And even putting Percy next to that's not gonna look good. So Percy with a Australian flag on his roof. Orange coal. What is he smoking? Kangaroo crossing. A kangaroo on his freaking cab. Brown wheels. Yellow running plate. Still the weird gap wheels. This looks terrible too. Wow. Nice. IGN. 0 out of 10. Train. Okay, whatever. Here's Hong Mei, who I have in Adventures, who I'm not going to pull down. Because they made her bigger, I think they made her forehead bigger, not gonna lie. That's not right. Okay, so she's bulked up too. She's got the number 1 on her side there. Rivets. Shrunk the dome, shrunk the cab. Again, her piston's kind of out of place because they made the wheels bigger. Still not as bad as friggin' Percy who puts it under the piston, but whatever. I don't even know if it's called a piston. Freaking, I don't know. Cylinder? Whatever. We got her lamp. Coolly. Cab back, detail. Coal. Off they go. Next up was Shima. She looks fine, I guess. About on par with Adventures. I don't know where I put her Adventures model. The face sculpt looks fine. She doesn't have a giant forehead. She got her cow catchers, and this interferes with it, but it's not too bad actually. Pretty decent model. Especially compared to freaking Cuban Victor. Or Kenyan Victor, I mean. The last pack we got to look at. Celebration Time. Which I know this was a pack in Adventures, and I took out Stop Hat's car and gave a random cargo car. So, rips the top hat. It's this little time, and Thomas, Annie, and Clara are delivering the supply. Everyone's invited, so let's the celebration begin. I see. Also, Revan's name is on this toy. Nice. Okay, I never had Adventures Annie and Clarabelle. I did want them, I just never got them. But, whatever. Open up this pack real quick. Out they come. Put to the side. Alright. Here's birthday celebration Thomas. He's got balloons, which are decals. I don't know. I think you could scratch those off. Oh my god. I don't know. You could feel them. He's got rainbow pinstriping, which is semi-cool. And I would just like to point out, Notice how his pinstriping on his boiler right there, I don't know if you can see it, doesn't leave the very awkward gap that the normal Thomas does. But he looks fine, I guess. Interrupted from recording, whatever, the pack. Here's Amy Clarabelle that are caked with confetti, which looks tacky. I'm slightly biased because die-cast Take-Along and Clarabelle are some of my favorite Take-Along models for some reason. They just look nice on a shelf. They just look nice. They just look nice on a shelf. But I digress. So, now they don't have the trademark smiling and frowning faces or shocked face they usually have. It's just look at them head on and they're, whoa, exact same. Surprise, surprise. Keep an eye on the tail. But there they are, a couple up. Bam, and incredible. Hey, at least you could finally do this. It's better than that soccer Annie and Clarabelle they released, am I right? They're so small. Whatever. We got this weird cargo car that freaking you would swear isn't Thomas. Apart from the licensing info. It's metal. That's nice. Apart from the wheels. It just doesn't look Thomas. It looks like a generic Easter toy. God, remember when they used to do Easter exclusives? I missed those. And there's this hollow plastic piece. Okay, so yeah, let's just put them on track real quick and show you them running on a normal Trackmaster track. I would use Thomas here, but even with batteries, he's out of commission. So we'll use good old Rebecca. Alright, be right back. I also like to point while I'm setting this up for the panel shot, the coupling them up to the engine on engine really doesn't sit well. Okay, let's have a quick go with them first because they're actually too heavy for Rebecca to really pull. But also, we got both Harolds in the field because I can no longer tell them apart, and they have the exact same licensing info beneath them. So, rip knowing which Harolds is rich. They look exactly the same. No, what have you done? But yeah, they don't sit on the track too well because their chassis is being really low. So good on you, Mattel. They freaking don't even stomach that. Alright. Yeah, I guess they do read pretty decent. So the other one's quick, and then I'll get a final thoughts on this. Alright, here they go. She won't hold. It's too heavy. What? Just gotta get traction. So yeah, single track engine can pull about 9 of them. Of the standard. The tender ones, that was technically 8 cars counting the tenders. But we got Kevin on the end there. Because I think it's what's screwing it up. It's like 6 engine with that one. But yeah, I think it's the problem. So yeah, I'm going to do a quick overview on this and wrap it up. So my quick overview thought on this is, yeah, unnecessary revamp by Mattel. We got engines that are bigger and bulkier, but they didn't fix problems like the cab squashing. We got engines like Percy, which are basically an upscaled body, and then they screw the wheels. We got engines like James, where they improve with 3D pinstriping, which gets covered by which covers the handrail for some reason. I just pointed out, noticed, I mean. They give it separate whistle, and then they screw it up with the no pilot wheel. Merlin's just an upscale. Rebecca's somewhat nice, actually. They always do the engines that were never released nice, like freaking Lexi back in Adventures. Looking nice compared to the engines like Thomas. We got characters which look exactly the same. I can't even tell them apart. Freaking, I don't want to talk about Kangaroo with Kenyon Victor anymore. Petty Thomas. That's nice actually. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not good. I don't know what else to say really. So, should you buy them? I don't know. If you're a Thomas collector like I am, then go ahead. Then they're like, yay, choo-choos for this collection. But you can't expect magic, I guess. Also, I'd like to point, when I was taking them even off my bed to put them in a lineup like this, the couplings, of course now that it's not going to do it because I picked it up. Yeah, if you pick it up and bend it, I guess, I don't want to say bend it, that's the right word. If you just turn it upwards, the couplers detach. It didn't look too real in that thing, but they don't stay together very well. Unless I'm filming. I swear all the couples from their tenders when I picked them up to put them on my floor. And now that I'm filming, it's not. But do you want them? Get them. If you don't want them, don't get them. I don't know. Thanks, Patel, for another revamp. And thank you all for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.